rectification of error. This is our topic, and in this module, we will learn calculation of adjusted profit. One more important topic. You will say that each and every topic is important. Yes, each and every topic is important. Okay? So you have to have very good grip on each and every concept of accounting. All right? So this is in fact the basic accounting knowledge. If you will be weak in this basic accounting knowledge, then how you will get to know the advanced level of accounting? So all these basic concepts of accounting should be 100% clear to you. All right? So how to calculate the adjusted profit when you know that there are some rectifications of error? Okay? So in this module, we will see that there are nominal accounts. You know what are the nominal accounts? Nominal accounts are the expense heads and income heads. These are known as nominal accounts. Okay. So when we are rectifying accounting entries, so during rectification, rectifying accounting entries, some nominal accounts are debited or credited. So what we have to see that supposedly if we have already worked out net profit for the year, and after preparing net profit for the year, we get to know that there is some error, and that error is affecting nominal accounting head. So it means that the rectification of that error will affect the net profit that we have already worked out. Okay. So already worked out net profit is wrong. That needs some adjustments. This is the issue that we will be discussing in this module. So nominal account head relate to incomes and expenses, and if in rectifying entry, the nominal account, head of account, is being debited, either that is expense or that is income, or any contra to that expense or any contra to that income. If that is being debited, it means it will ultimately cause a decrease in the net profit that we have already worked out. Okay. And if any nominal accounting head is credited in the rectifying entry, this credit will have an effect of increase in the already worked out net profit. All right. So let's see, there is a practice question in which we will see that income statement of Pasha shows a net profit figure of rupees 100,000 in the presence of following errors. So the net profit of 100,000 is already with us, that we have already calculated, and this 100,000. Okay. And the errors are debit side of the purchase account had been overcast by 150. So purchase account is involved in this. And we know that purchase account is a nominal head of account. Well, then rent expense of 240 had been debited to the rent income account. So we have rent expense over here as well as rent income over here. Okay. Both are nominal heads. Expense and income both are nominal heads. Then comes the provision for doubtful debt, which was increased by 240, had been recorded in the provision for doubtful debt account as a decrease. Remember, had there been an error with bad debts, that bad debts would have been a nominal accounting head. But here there is an issue with the provision for doubtful debt. So provision for doubtful debt is not an accounting head that will affect our profit or loss figure. The profit or loss figure is affected because of the bad debt. Okay. In case of provision. Well, so credit note issued against sales return rupees 800 was completely omitted, okay, was completely omitted to record in the journal. So what we see that there are nominal accounting heads in these rectifying accounting entries, and we will see that how these will be treated. Well, the thing is that we have this opening balance. In a way we can say it opening balance, or the balance of profit prior to the rectification, 100,000. This is the balance that you see we are taking from here, that Pasha had already prepared a profit and loss account, and then he realized that there are few errors that needs rectification, the errors that need some rectification. So we will put this 100,000 here. Now rectify this, the debit side of the purchase account. Purchase is a nominal ledger account. So while rectifying purchase account should now be credited. So give credit to the purchase account because it was overcast. 1,050 will be credited here. Then rent expense of 240, okay, had been debited to the rent income account. So now rent income account will be credited and rent expense will be debited. You see, this rent expense and rent income both are nominal account. One is being debited and the second one is being credited. So it means their effect is being cancelled. So no effect on the already recorded profit. Then comes provision for doubtful debts, which was increased by 240, had been recorded in the provision for doubtful debts account as decreased. So we have already discussed that provision for doubtful debt, although it will be credited, but have zero effect on the already recorded profits, because this is the accounting head which will affect debtors only in the balance sheet. This provision will have no effect on the profit or loss account. This is the bad debts, the reciprocal effect of this provision, which affects, in fact, the profit or loss figure. All right. And then comes sales return. Credit note issued against sales return, 800, was completely omitted. So we will pass this accounting entry, sales return debit and debtors account credit. So debtors account is not a nominal head of account. Sales return, as we had already discussed, that it is a contra to the sales. It is nominal head of account and it will affect this profit. So the thing is, if any nominal head of account is being credited, it will be added. Okay. And if any nominal head of account is being debited, okay, as we see over here, so it will be subtracted. Okay. So it will be subtracted like this. So the end result is that our adjusted profit post rectification is 100,250 rupees. So this is how we adjust our profit with these rectification of errors. So the important tips to remember in this module are, number one, that only nominal accounts are the accounts which affect the net profit, okay, the expenses and incomes, okay. And then profit, which we have already calculated. If that is a profit, it has credit nature. And if there was a loss, then that would be having a debit nature. So when we will be starting a question for making adjustment in the already worked out profit or loss, if the figure is profit, we will start with the credit. And if the figure is loss, we will start with the debit. And then below that profit or loss, if nominal head, either expense or income, is being debited, we will give debit. Or if it is being credited, we will give credit effect. And debit will add, and debit and credit will subtract. This is the basic formula that we have already learned in our earlier modules of basic accounting knowledge. All right. So thank you very much for being very much attentive in this module as well.